Fraud Prevention Month has been an annual event that brings partners together from across the province to raise awareness about the impact of fraud in our community. Fraud is one of the fastest growing crimes across Canada. The Calgary Police Service estimates that Calgarians lost as much as $75 million in 2015 from at least 4,972 victims. And those are only the ones we know about. Fraud affects us all, our friends, our families, and our communities, which is why I'm pleased to be here today with Mayor Naheed Nenshi and Karen McPherson, MLA for Calgary McKay-Nose Hill, on behalf of Service Alberta Acting Minister Danielle Larrivee, along with all of our partner agencies. Mayor Naheed Nenshi, would you like to say a few words?
I would. Thanks very much, Christy. So $75 million, and that's just what we know about. So think about that for a minute. It's millions of dollars that should be staying in our community and instead is ending up in the pockets of fraudsters here and abroad. So today I am here to support the agencies by proclaiming March as Fraud Prevention Month here in Calgary. Many of us have been victims of fraud. Certainly it's easy to think about people who are victims of fraud as being kind of clueless or not really understanding what's going on or answering emails from Nigerian princes. But it is much more prevalent in our community than that. And it's important for us to talk about it, to talk about fraud with our friends and family, to be vigilant, to educate those who are vulnerable in our community, but to educate all of us that we're better able to protect ourselves from being victimized. The best way to prevent fraud is to stop it before it starts. Everyone here has received an annoying scam phone call or email. Hang up, delete, do not engage. That's advice I should take more often. Hang up, delete, do not engage. They're not worth your time or your money. If the deal looks too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. It's important for us to protect ourselves and to protect the vulnerable people in our community. And thank you to all of our community partners, as well as my mayors across Alberta, Edmonton, Lethbridge, Cardston, Olds, Black Diamond, who've all proclaimed this, who've come together to raise awareness and to put a stop to fraud.
Thank you, Mayor Nenshi. We are very grateful for your support on this initiative. I'd now like to introduce Karen McPherson, MLA for Calgary McKay-Nose Hill, who is here on behalf of Service Alberta Acting Minister Danielle Larrivee.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm happy to represent the Government of Alberta today on behalf of Premier Rachel Notley, Acting Minister Larrivee, and Minister McLean. It's our pleasure to join the City of Calgary, the Calgary Police Service, and the RCMP to launch Fraud Prevention Month. We all share the goal of protecting Alberta consumers. Raising awareness is an important part of preventing fraud. Informed consumers are more likely to spot fraud before it happens and less likely to become victims. And they are more likely to report any fraud to Service Alberta or to police. With our partners in law enforcement, other government agencies, and businesses, Service Alberta's goal is to help all Albertans recognize fraud in its various forms, learn how and where to report it, and stop fraud before a con artist or scammer cheats anyone out of their hard-earned money. We know that more and more people are conducting financial transactions online. Albertans are already comfortable using the internet as a tool of communication and commerce. Doing business online can be easy, fun, and a time saver. Consumers can now read reviews of companies and products from businesses in Alberta and across the globe. But we need to make sure people are safe online, and technology is always changing. Phishing scams and phony websites can be difficult to spot unless you know what to look for. And my own mom was the victim of a phishing scam just a few weeks ago. It's important that all aspects of consumer protection, from education to legislation, reflect this new reality. The marketplace should be safe for consumers, no matter how much it changes. Our government is looking out for consumers, and we want Albertans to feel confident and protected. Our consumer call center receives an average of 5,000 calls per month from Albertans who need information about some aspect of consumer protection. It's also important to note that Fraud Prevention Month isn't only for the benefit of consumers. The government also believes that a level playing field for businesses is critical in a competitive marketplace. We know that the vast majority of businesses are honest. They should not be disadvantaged by having to compete against others who are not playing by the rules. It's our job to stop unfair trading practices so that reputable, responsible businesses can thrive. Our government takes this role seriously, and we are committed to working with our partners to make it happen. Thank you all for being here today, and thank you to our partners, both here and across the province, for the great work you do all year long. Every citizen can make a difference. This month is about reminding us that we all have a role in preventing fraud. Alberta can and should be a leader in protecting consumers, and we look forward to talking with Albertans more about this in the months to come. Thank you.